Welcome back to another special bonus boat episode of the Love Boat Project. I'm Mike Robertson, joined as always by Mike Taylor. And tonight we are talking about the season 4 premiere of Charlie's Angels. And Mike, did we just watch the greatest Love Boat episode of all time?
Huh. You know, it's funny. It's funny. There's so many. Without going into specifics, there's so many issues with this. I would say no, because they were only on it for half the episode.
Not even.
Barely.
As far as crossover episodes go, this was not a crossover.
This was not a crossover.
This was like when you dribble with your left hand once.
This
was not a crossover.
There was no. This was not a crossover. This is not a proper. Like to me, the ultimate crossover, and this was when you had the Jetsons meeting the Flintstones. Ultimate.
Yeah.
Whoa,
fair.
worlds collide. This.
Yeah.
Was none of that. This was just.
And
no.
And it was. They came in so hot. The title of this thing is called Love Boat Angels. So in my mind, I'm like, oh man, we are going to be getting like canon that we didn't even know about.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just a blatant. It bugs me, and I didn't look at the ratings, but I'm like, you just baited people into watching 2 hours of this garbage.
The ratings are a very interesting place to start. So let's give the basics. So this is a crossover episode, or at least that's how it's sold. This is the season premiere of Charlie's Angels, their 4th season, and it is a new angel. Shelley Hack is replacing
another thing.
Right, is replacing Kate Jackson. So they're now on their 4th and 5th Angels.
4th and 5th, right.
And so that was a big deal. And so they have that plus this crossover episode, plus it's a 2-hour episode, plus they're going to the Caribbean.
Plus they disregard geography and you learn a little Latin.
Well, here so this episode airs on Wednesday, the 12th of September. The first episode of our season, the Love Boat season, airs on Saturday, same week. So viewers who just leave ABC on for the whole week because there's no remote controls.
Nope.
Would have to buy that the Princess sails from Los Angeles to St. Thomas, which is through the Panama Canal. Which maybe isn't even go throughable at that point. I'm not sure.
We're watching it. I'm going, how is this happening? How is this happening?
And then they have to go from there to Alaska.
Yeah. They are.
No wonder Julie was so screwed up by the time she got to Chenault's house.
Maybe that that totem pole could allow them to teleport. I don't know what's really going on.
Maybe the totem pole was the Panama Canal.
It's funny. Actually, this morning, before I did my rewatch, I woke up anniversary weekend, turned on the TV to Sundance channel, and it happened to be an episode of the A-Team. Right? So I'm like, ooh, George Papard. And it was an episode of A-Team in which they went on a cruise ship, which was like, whoa, okay, I'm watching this. Dirk Benedict became the crew doctor. Hannibal was the pool boy. Mr. T was some weird VIP that they just kept in a wheelchair and out of sight.
Sure.
And
so he's cool with boats.
Well, he's not getting on no plane, Hannibal.
But they didn't have to trick him. They didn't have to trick him on the boat.
Princess Cruise Line, Hannibal. But the whole time I'm thinking, boy, it's bad if this makes more sense. If this has more to do with a cruise ship than the Love Boat Angels episode of Charlie's Angels, I feel like it was a bait and switch. It was barely a Love Boat.
It was barely a Love Boat episode. Yeah, and I think
Charlie's Boat Saturday. Like, it's just dumb.
Now, I will say that I feel like you're coming in a little disappointed because we didn't get a lot of Love Boat, and I will agree. I was surprised that we basically get one scene out of Julie and barely a scene out of Doc. We get a little bit of Gopher.
And stupid with Isaac too.
Stupid Isaac one.
Doc looked like an idiot with the and no
Yeah,
laugh track,
that's the
which is
weirdest part.
jarring.
Actually, is just the no laugh
Jarring.
track.
They couldn't even throw him a laugh track for the first. Anyway, just
But I will say this, regardless of the Love Boat part, which again I was hoping for a little bit more.
I know where you're going. Yeah.
This is the best thing that we have watched for this podcast.
It's been a long time since I've seen something this good.
I really wanted to go back and just do Charlie's Angels. I don't know if every Charlie's Angels is this good. I assume it's not, but this was so good. And Bert Convy should have been the biggest star in the world.
I did a little deep dive on Bert Convy, and we will definitely get. But while we're here, Bert Convy, okay, and I totally agree with you. First thing I found out is he died when he was 57.
Yeah,
brain
he had a
tumor,
brain
tragically
tumor.
young.
Yeah, yeah.
I remembered him before looking him up from Win, Lose or Draw.
Yep.
He was the executive producer for like 530 episodes. I remember he hosted some, but Vicki Lawrence hosted others. He played first base for Philadelphia Phillies minor league affiliate in 1951. I don't know what league this is. It's the Klamath Falls Gems, from Class D,
Oh,
Far
sure.
West League.
Oh, sure. I got there.
Cap.
I was gonna say it's my. I have a Mitchell and Ness throwback jersey for that.
It's just a gem, like just a non-specific gem.
It's stalactites. It's crystal cavern.
Wool cap.
Well, we talked about this when he was on last season on the Love Boat.
That's right.
Because he is I believe the only stubby nominee. Although we do have a lot. Yeah, Danny Holt, but we do have a lot of Love Boat connections from seasons past and seasons current.
Yeah.
But he was amazing in that.
Yeah, he was.
And he was 10 times better in this. Like if you told me, we're not doing Love Boat anymore, we're gonna do Soldier of Fortune with this guy, with Bert Convy and Bo Hopkins, I'm in every day of the week. So.
I would try anything. I'd watch anything with Bert Convy in it. I love Bert Convy.
I'm so excited that he's on our show so many more times.
He's on like 6 more times.
Yeah. Which excites me.
Okay. Well, I'm very happy. He's great. He's great. I was sad to hear he died so young.
Yeah. I remember when he died because he was hosting Win, Lose or Draw, and that was pretty. But I don't think I realize you're young yourself, so you don't realize that he's young, but he always kind of looked the same, right? Like he looks in this hair, the way he did when he died, kind of. But
I also feel like he just sort of, and I don't mean this in a bad way because I like him. He's so likable. Bert Convy sort of is Bert Convy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? And and I love it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we got the same thing with Hogan. You know what I mean? Like seeing.
Don't bring.
I'm not trying.
Don't bring up the worst rated episode in Love Boat history.
No,
with
I'm
this
saying
gem.
No, not as a whole. I'm just saying that this the way Bert Convy plays these characters in a guest starring role. He's a great guest star.
He really is.
He brings a lot to the table.
Yeah, and I think we kind of said it maybe even when he was on the show last time, where it's like I don't know if too much of him would be too much of him. I don't know. Like, so he's smart to pop in and pop out, but like he carried this episode. I mean, he's in this thing as much as anybody. Like it's him and Cheryl Ladd pretty much the whole time. But yeah, so let's give.
Yeah.
So the reason we're actually doing this, obviously, because we didn't have Charlie's Angels ever, I don't think, in our what else was on, because it's never on Saturdays. But this is the crossover episode, so obviously couldn't draw a straighter line between continuity for us to make an excuse to watch it.
Yeah.
The kind of synopsis, it was funny. Originally, the gimmick I was gonna come up with was give me the 30-second synopsis.
Oh. I can send you the end result, 30-second synopsis.
Yeah, good.
$1 million. There you go. There you go. That's it.
So basically, Bert Convy, and I really should know this already. Paul, right? Paul. Yeah. Is a
Paul Hollister.
Thank you, Paul Hollister. Yeah. Great soldier of fortune name.
Yeah.
But he's basically a soldier of fortune who steals $5 million of bric-a-brac from a museum using his helicopter, and now he's taken the boat for some R&R. The Angels are hired by the insurance company of the museum to get the $5 million to basically get the stuff back, not necessarily to take Convy down.
Well, keep in mind his buddy Wes Anderson's with him too.
Oh, great sidekick.
Bo
Like, why
Hopkins,
isn't
man.
this show Simon and Simon? No disrespect to
Bert
Simon and
Bo,
Simon. Why
Bert and
isn't it
Bo.
Simon and Simon? Like, I would just, oh my God.
They were so good together, and they were such good
Bo
like
Hopkins
teammates.
is like the most perfect
He's number two. He's
sidekick,
a perfect
where
number two.
he's like casual, but like it means so much. Jesus,
Like it's a meaningful role. He doesn't play the role of a sidekick
right?
with like the feeling that he thinks he's a sidekick. He
Right.
plays it like confidently, like
Yeah.
I'm fine. There's no like, yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
So
Bo Hopkins is fantastic.
So the Angels, who literally are just getting to meet their new partner Tiffany that morning, are hired and have to get on.
They wrapped up that whole Kate Jackson thing very quickly, right? Oh, she got married and now she's having kids. Hey, Angels, guess what? Here comes the new. Was it contentious? I wonder. Like, was
here's
it a
the
money
thing.
or?
Well, here's the thing. So I looked up the end of the season prior, just on IMDb, just curious.
See if there was continuity.
Clip show. Her last show was a clip show.
I saw that.
So
that can't be good. That can't be good.
That's why she went to do Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
Well, it's funny. They said that there was a bit of a scene with a cruise ship. It was in one of those like trivia, at the bottom of one of these episodes, like linking. I don't know. I like Scarecrow and Mrs. King personally.
I will say this is the difference between Love Boat and Charlie's Angels, is there were like 15 things in the IMDb trivia for this episode, which was never the case for a Love Boat episode.
Get one.
Yeah.
Get one thing a week.
One, maybe. And it's like, these people starred in something else together.
It's just like, ugh.
But so the Angels are hired by Dick Sargent.
The original Darren. Get out of here.
Is he the original Darren or the second Darren? He's second Darren.
I thought he was original.
I thought he was second. I thought Dick York was the...
Dick York
bad
was
job.
original?
I feel like Dick York was older than Dick Sargent. I'm going to say... Plus, didn't Dick York die? Wasn't that the whole... I don't know. We're out of it. This isn't Bewitched. This isn't Bewitched Project. Yeah,
he's one of the Darrens. Okay.
He's one of the Darrens, and of course, he played the priest in the Christmas episode.
That's right.
All those years ago. Much different turn here. He is a smarmy insurance guy. But they have hired the Angels.
Check.
They have hired the Angels, and guess what? They're meeting on the Princess line because it's a short jaunt from Los Angeles to St. Thomas, which I looked it up just out of curiosity, and the Google search was literally thousands and thousands of nautical miles.
They're just like unavailable. It says it's
like asking how to get to the moon on a boat.
Yeah, I was just like, and I remember saying that. I was like, what? Even with the Panama Canal, right? I was like, did they go around the Strait of Hormuz? How did they do this?
You basically have to go to the bottom of North America and the top of South America.
Maybe.
Basically.
Or you're going around the Falkland Islands. I don't know what you're going to do. That's a long trip.
And it's like nobody...
But why? But why? You didn't even have... Like, why did they have to go to the Caribbean?
Well...
Why was that set in stone?
Well, because that's...
Right? I mean, it could have... They didn't have to be. Like,
well, because... Now, hold on now. Wasn't the... So, Convy and Bo Hopkins are on the ship after they knock over this art... Which, by the way, we got like a 7-minute crime to start this episode with a helicopter and that guy
out of that helicopter. Holy crap!
And that guy who, when I first watched it, I thought he was dying in a burning car, but then I realized that they had just set his engine on fire. So.
Oh, I like when they were about to hook the rope up to the back of the truck, and the guy was just standing there sneakily with a bundle of like
and they're all wearing they're all wearing like, what are they wearing, like tap shoes? Like every time they walk, it's like clickety clack.
Why are you wearing office shoes to a caper? What's going on?
But it's a successful caper, which again, Bert Convy like literally takes the stolen goods and helicopters them out and then drops them into the truck. So it's quite a daring.
It's quite daring.
But I think the reason they end up on the boat is because Bert Convy's going on the boat. As he said many times, for a little R&R in the high seas.
Well, no, but he went on the boat to go get to the place to go recover the thing. But I'm
No,
saying,
I
why couldn't they have it
understand
off the coast? I buried
because
it. See, that's where the ship
oh,
sank.
why did he do it? Because that's what the
No,
ship
but
sank,
I
right?
think
Yeah.
that they could have. What I'm saying is, and my point is, if they really wanted to, right? They could say,
Who is they? Before you say that, is this the show? Is this the Charlie's
Charlie's Angels.
Angels?
Yeah,
Okay,
Charlie.
yeah,
If
good.
Charlie's Angels, the show really
Okay.
wanted to. My point is,
This all could have happened on the Pacific coast.
within the context
Yes.
of a
Yes.
Love Boat. That's my
Yeah.
whole point. I thought they just, it's just.
Do you think they bought the steel drums and they were like, we
Mm-mm.
gotta use them? Because
I
everything
just
else, you're right. It could have been anywhere.
anywhere
Like so.
they could have put oil in that thing. Like let's cook some potatoes. Like I don't
Texas
know what else
tea.
to. But it was so
Um,
inconsistent. And it said Los Angeles, and then the stuff that they were everything was stamped Los Angeles, whether it was coming from Los Angeles or not coming to Los Angeles. Did you notice that?
well, because it was going to Los Angeles.
But what did they pick up out of the truck?
So okay.
See what I mean?
No, well, no. It's they explained it at the end. So
So
Bert Convy,
muddled.
what really here we got we're Pulp Fiction in this guy. Sorry, spoiler if you didn't watch it.
Sorry.
Bert Convy. There's the ship fire, right?
Right.
He steals the actual stuff then and throws it overboard.
Right. Sinks it.
And then he puts other stuff in. That stuff goes to Los Angeles. He then steals that.
I didn't think you put more stuff in.
Yeah, because remember when they were like, oh, and the security guy said he heard somebody jump overboard, but then they looked and all the stuff was there. So that's what he did. So now how the hell they did that, that's very impressive. But
you blew the side of a boat open and they're like, that's okay, nothing's missing.
Yeah, everything's fine. Okay. I'm sure nobody fell in the water. We shouldn't check for anybody.
No. Okay. It was just a little muddled.
Yeah.
The whole thing was muddled. Let's just be honest. It wasn't.
But the Angels are hired to go. So Dick Sargent is the slimy insurance guy, and he doesn't really care about arresting Paul Hollister, who is on this boat with all of them, because he wants to get the property back quickly and quietly.
Well, Mike, it's like I always say. Utilitas ante ius datitiam.
Oh, you mean expedience over justice?
That's exactly what I mean, Mike.
Sorry, my mom was a Latin teacher. So you know what? So let's do this. How much Charlie's Angels have you ever seen actually?
I've watched a few episodes in my time growing up.
I don't know that I've ever actually seen a full episode. Certainly not with this crew.
No, I think it was something that was just on.
Yeah.
It didn't seem right.
But she seemed, you know what's funny is she seemed fine the Tiffany, Shelley Hack seemed fine the first half. And then the second half that felt more like, at one point I thought her and McNair were going to hook up. Like I wasn't sure what was going on.
He's got the oysters ready to go.
Oh, sorry. You know? I apologize. Stubby Winner is on this show. My apologies.
As horny as
David Doyle.
David Doyle. Yeah. There was that moment and he was just like went in there and I'm like, here goes David Doyle. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan and I wasn't not a fan of Charlie's Angels. If it was on, it was on.
Yeah.
My whole thing was just why would you hire them? Like they didn't in the course of this episode, they didn't really do anything.
Well, no. Okay. So
I mean, if you really, did she remove boat keys? Yeah. But I mean,
well, hold on now. Cheryl Ladd had to use her womanly ways
the whole time.
The whole time. But she got the client.
Joined the bad guys.
She got the client the stuff. They did do their job. It's not her fault that she fell in love on the way. It's the Love Boat, man. What are you gonna do? Even in the Caribbean, it's the Love Boat.
Maybe that's the Love Boat part right there. That's their influence.
Well, they didn't get married though.
No,
that's the one couple I wish had gotten married. Well, you know what happened? They spent too much time together. They knew each other too well. They couldn't get married.
Well, plus they spent so much money on that helicopter shot. Who can afford a wedding scene?
You know what? The definition of brazen is that heist in the middle of the sunniest day in Los Angeles Harbor.
It's the weirdest thing ever. Like they're gonna. You have a truck hanging from a helicopter. What? Maybe all the radio waves were out that day. No one could communicate via telephone. Hey, in our, a security truck was just picked up by a helicopter.
So
Very brazen. Sorry,
no,
just
it's fine.
ridiculous.
So we can actually wrap up all the Love Boat stuff kind of in this segment because really the boat takes off, and except for a shoddy captain's dinner, there's really not a lot of crew stuff. So
Well, just the fact that there was no laugh track in the
yeah,
episode was jarring. And
but
none of
it
the
was.
stuff hit. You know.
I think the director was a guy that directed Love Boats, though. So at least because I think that's all the Spelling family, right? So I think he at least knew it shot. It shot like it wasn't like I was
The,
almost expecting there to be some weird camera angle that we've never seen before or
right.
something like that, and that wasn't it. So
Well, the only thing I thought was weird was the and I'm nitpicking again, is that scene with Doc with the spilling of the drink on
because
his.
it's the most we've seen Isaac pour a drink.
Well, that, and I'm just like, and I kind of want to know what the drink was.
Green.
It
It
was
was green.
but you never see.
I think it was a Shamrock Shake.
Oh, I do like a Shamrock Shake. But it was just an odd, like, if you're not going to feature them, at least give them something. And I think the only thing they gave them in this episode was just garbage.
So it was interesting because before we watched it and we knew when we were watching it, I was like, "Oh, you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna know." I was half expecting it to be like season 2 Julie Hair.
Yeah,
Like I
same
was
here.
almost thinking like they just shot it real
Like
quick. This is
completely, yeah,
definitely shot, in season 3.
yeah.
It's probably my guess is they probably did it right before they went to Alaska or right after. So but they clearly shot everything in about 10 minutes. So
They didn't. I mean, they didn't. Yeah, I had a hard time getting past the whole L.A. to the Caribbean that
yeah.
nobody talked about and the quickness of it.
But you know what's funny? The first time
Oh,
watching it, it
yeah.
didn't hit me until they actually got there. That I was like, "Wait a
You're like,
minute,
wait,
Caribbean!"
how the
It's
hell?
like I don't know why they kept saying Caribbean. Like the, by the way, Charlie, like, how about giving these girls some heads up, man? They gotta. He's
Something?
he's blabbering on about, "Hey, girls, is that a knock on the door?" Like, how about let's start with, "Hey, pack a bag for somewhere warm." You're
This
going
guy.
somewhere in two and a
It,
half hours.
what was the gimmick? Why couldn't he show his face again? What was it? Like, did they
Because
show him in the last
he was
episode
married to
thing?
Norm. I don't know what
It's John Forsythe, right?
yeah, very obviously it's John Forsythe, yeah.
But I don't know
But they were
what.
clearly playing it up because the two established angels were trying to get Tiffany to spill if her dad knew anything
Oh,
about
well, he
him.
showed the
So
picture.
yeah, wah,
Did
wah.
they ever? Did they ever show who Charlie was? Maybe at the end of the series.
I'm telling you, this is the most Charlie's Angels I've ever seen. So I have no
I
idea.
wonder.
And then the weird part is I know we're going all over the place, but just a reminder, this is how they use bonus episodes work.
Yeah,
We're
to
not doing shot for
just
shot because we'd be here for
we
6 days.
can't. We can't.
No.
It'll be a 7 hour episode.
This thing's available on YouTube. You should all go look it up.
Please watch
but
this.
but Shelly Hack only lasts this one season. They replace her at
Yeah,
the end
I
of this
saw.
season,
Who did she
which
get
is
replaced
weird.
with?
I think it's Tanya Roberts.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
think
saw
it's
she had like
yeah.
12, or I don't know how many episodes, 21 episodes, something like that. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Now we will see her on our show at the end of this season.
I thought she was fun. I'll tell you what, I didn't really, yeah, I didn't, it was weird. I felt like she didn't really fit.
I just felt
To
like she
me,
was
something
really
didn't
good
fit
in the
right.
first half, and then the second half it got weird, and I
Yeah,
don't know if
she
that was a
didn't.
character choice or what.
Well,
But
she just disappeared. She didn't have anything to do
well, that's the thing too. They
except for
stuck
rent
her
a
with
boat for
Bosley,
$2 an hour. That's the
which
only
was
thing she
basically
managed to do.
just the Moss Isley scene.
Right.
Like
He's watching that with one eye and going, all right.
yeah, good enough.
Do we have a guy
I
that
mean,
looks like a walrus? Hello.
even
Yeah.
even the point where they show up at the end, it's basically their Han Solo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Oof.
but that's the Lubbo stuff. We do get Steubing at
You
the
get
captain's
Steubing.
table with the
Yeah.
girls, and this is the whole hook is that Cheryl Ladd, Chris, is gonna make contact with Paul Hollister, invite
Boy,
him to the
does she.
captain's table, and yeah, that got settled pretty quick. It
Well,
sounds
she's
like Paul's
walking
got a
around
type.
like pretty much completely naked for the majority of the episode. And boy, Bert Convy,
He was not shy
he
about
was
popping
not
that
shy
top.
about
No,
staring. He
no.
was just like just staring a hole in her.
Well,
Jeez, no
he's a
wonder
man of fine
Isaac
tastes.
spilled green drink. He was like, "Good
Yeah,
Lord, this really."
yeah. I was saddened to see that Cheryl Ladd will never be on the Love Boat, which I found shocking.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Well, Kate, wonder if Kate Jackson will ever be on the Love Boat. And I know
So
she's CBS with that, so I wonder if
yeah,
that'll
I
ever
don't know.
happen.
It is weird because like Jacqueline Smith was on our second ever episode.
That's right, with her then husband, I believe, right?
Yeah, Dennis Cole,
Yeah,
who got
oh,
progressively worse as
yeah.
we've seen
Oh
him.
yeah, never mind. Dennis Cole did
Yeah.
get worse.
Um, but
The inconsistent Dennis Cole. Yeah.
I think we've talked about this because you've brought it up recently, and I think you're right in that the other networks maybe aren't going to get the shine. But for an ABC show, the fact that Kate Jackson wasn't on already is weird.
Yeah.
Um, Especially because you have the ability to do this crossover episode, but they did it as soon as she left. So maybe her and Steubing had some
That was the
problems.
thing. She was friends with Stacy.
What do
He
you
chose the
think?
C, she chose Stacy.
What do you think Steubing knew? Anything?
Nothing.
Nothing, right? Like they didn't fill
Nothing.
him in on anything.
No, you just
No.
give him some nonsense. He doesn't need to know anything.
Yeah,
Why would you involve loose lips sink ships and he's a captain? You don't want to sink that ship.
that's true. Especially on the
No,
Caribbean.
especially in the Caribbean. So, is that freshwater? Is that how it is when you're not in the Pacific? Is Caribbean
I mean,
freshwater?
how much gas? Where are they gassing up? Where are they
Midair?
stopping?
I don't know. It doesn't gas balloons. I don't know how they're doing. It doesn't make any sense.
And then the fact that they had to turn around and go to Alaska is just like,
Oh,
oh my
like it's
god.
insulting.
Oh,
They
and I
turn around and
mean,
go to Alaska for Julie to get her heart broken after she's traveled how many nautical miles in the last
everybody's
2
going
weeks?
to be sick.
Oh,
No wonder Doc got sick.
and imagine how many shots you'd have to get.
Climates.
Where are you going? Anywhere from Mexico to Alaska, and then
Yeah.
also the Caribbean and Central America. They're like, you need
Also
20,
Vancouver.
20
Don't
shots.
forget, shout out
Yeah.
Vancouver. Yeah,
They're,
that was the real only Love Boat like canon thing that we will be
Yeah.
able to take from this. But it was a doozy. I was shocked. And none of these, so basically after the captain's dinner, that's it for Love Boat
yeah,
people.
no more, nothing.
Nothing.
We
They don't
did get
even like
two,
reference. The only reference was the purser. Not even Burl, just the purser. So.
We did get 2 ticker tape scenes though,
Yeah, a lot of ticker tapes.
but it was kind of a meaningless.
So, yeah, I was just gonna say. So, just to kind of move us a little bit. So, long story short, at this point now. So, the henchmen that helped with the thieving
They were great.
are also on the boat, and this is a surprise to Bert Convy. He's not real thrilled with this. He doesn't like to have somebody looking over his shoulder.
Man.
But these henchmen were sent by DeMargarine.
Whoever sits in the back of a 70-something Cadillac and a tropical island, and he had a phone in there. I don't know who that guy was.
The margarine, of course, means the butter, but so you don't, do you know who that was?
No, I'm looking now to see.
Star of season 3, episode 2. You didn't recognize him because he wasn't in his wheelchair with a bunch of hat boxes on top of him.
Is it Barry Sullivan?
It was Philip Schaefer, the man from the guy who had the Gentleman's Gentleman this season.
That's right, Philip Schaefer.
Yeah. I thought he was really good as a villain.
I did too. He was great. He was great.
Yeah.
You know what it was? It was the mustache.
Yeah, he was, and he had a little hat.
Yeah,
he was good.
He was
good. Yeah.
I missed that. Okay.
Yep. So the butter is the villain, the head villain here. The margarine. But they basically, the henchmen are there to kind of speed this along because Bert Convy stole everything and he's going to fence it, but he's not moving quick enough for the margarine. And they don't like it. But you know what? What are you going to do? Blow me away? So
I just loved that he was like, we paid you a lot of money to steal this item, and he said, Paul Hollister's like, no, I understand that. And when I'm ready, I'll bring it to you. I'd be like, what kind of crazy deal? What kind of lunatic are you, Paul Hollister? Jesus.
I play by my own rules.
Like, no one talks to the margarine like that. Are you crazy?
I feel like it was very... I mean, to be fair, Jacqueline Smith also talked to the Butterman like that.
She did. The Butterman did nothing.
The best part with him is at the end when they're all wrapping it up, and basically all the angels are there. There's guns ablazing, all this stuff,
little
and they're
guns
all
ablazing too.
cornered, and you just see the margarine man. It's just like shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, but no one wants to shoot because they all have guns trained on him. So,
Oh,
but the
he
margarine
can't shoot him
man,
because he's too slippery everywhere. He
right?
can't. My hands are made of margarine.
The butter, he hires Hollister to steal all this art that he has all these like various haunts around the world that he has the art basically to himself. So he's just somebody who likes to gawk at art in the privacy of his own home. Yeah. But you know what Bert Convy gets off on? Stealing things that can't be stolen.
Mm-hmm. And you know what else he likes? Helping innocent people from Hanoi. Okay.
Yeah. And tall blondes.
Blondes.
And Cheryl Ladd. He likes Cheryl Ladd too.
Mm-hmm.
So
in bikinis. That's what Bert Convy likes. And
so
no shirts.
And I guess this is where me never seeing a Charlie's Angels kind of, I didn't know if this was like it's always a good guy situation. So Convy and Bo Hopkins are basically like Robin Hood, that they're stealing from. They're stealing using those monies to then help transport people out of bad scenarios. They mention Saigon and they have some other spots, but they're
but
basically
his name is no good in that part of the world, so now I just have to bankroll the operation.
That's right. You know why? Because I'm persona non grata.
Paul Hollister's not welcome in that hemisphere. I don't know what he did, but good Lord, he can't go back.
He will not be taking photos for some of your finer magazines.
So. Notice how Paul Hollister's hair does not move. Underwater, on top of water, or in windless cruise. That dude's hair is just, that is a hairstyle. And I'm not saying because it's stylish, it just doesn't move.
Yeah, it was funny too because like the Margarine Man's henchmen are all just the gruffest looking guys ever. Oh. So meanwhile, Convy and Hoskins are just like, Convy's in his suit. Hoskins is like wearing his Parker Stevenson out. Like, like I said, should have been
relaxed. Should have been a show. Relaxed on the beach. Yeah. Or on the ship. Yeah. Let me just say too that these henchmen were the worst at following people. Like, they're the worst followers ever. I've never seen anything like it. So close.
Yeah, they're just literally standing in like the they're like standing in the lobby, very easily disguised in tuxedos. Those guys look real natural, like a wrestling wedding. Like those guys are just wearing tuxes.
I was looking for like Mr. Wrestling 1 to show up. Yeah, you turn around, they're right behind you, but when you turn around, they turn around.
Yeah.
Like we see you in your 3-piece suit.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Convy tells them to beat feet. They're like, he did. Watch your mouth, and they give him the classic like punch in the gut. we get Cheryl Ladd pulling a gun, which was great. Just so
like, whoa! What do you? Relax.
So was that the second gun? How many guns? How many guns since the first one have we had? I know you don't like guns on the boat. I was trying to think.
Guns on the boat. I mean, we've got skeet shooting. If we're counting,
but was there any crime boats? I feel like we're missing one, right?
Isn't that one guy brought it on to kill that guy on Christmas?
Is that it? The caper crew? No, I'm just trying to think if we've had a gun. I feel like
gun.
That's
very
crazy.
Few guns. I don't want guns on the boat.
So this was
I mean, you bring guns to Charlie's Angels. That's where we are. But
but we're on the boat.
Of guns. Yeah, we're on the boat. It's a little weird.
Do you think that Convy would have kept going until they started singing Silent Night? You know, it's funny. Dick Sargent was in that. Is Dick Sargent like Charlton Heston? Like I gotta have guns in my episodes.
I need a gun in every episode.
Oh God.
Yeah, that is I just want to say this again. Good Lord. The hiring of these Charlie's Angels, and it just is, they just seem inept. They seem inept. They can't get anything done here.
But they got everything done.
No, they didn't get it done. It got done organically, and they happen to be in the same orbit of a solution of this whole issue being resolved.
I will say if you want to like
But
rank the three, even the four, we'll let Bosley in there too. I will say Cheryl Ladd does about 80% of the work.
absolutely, this should be Charlie's Angel. That's what it
And
should be. Love
then
Boat
I'm gonna
Angel.
say Tiffany does about 10 because she thinks to write down the license plate. She goes to the DMV. They go to
She
the
did
boat.
grab the boat
Yeah.
keys too. Yeah.
I'll say Jacqueline Smith does 7 or 8% because she thinks to like she doesn't
She
get
didn't.
killed by
Well,
the
she doesn't
margarine
know,
man.
and she
So
doesn't speak Latin. So
yeah.
there's.
And Bosley damn near blows up the whole operation because apparently you as a detective agency who has people who constantly are going undercover, they are the most easy to find in 1979.
Yeah. What would
Everyone on this show looked them up and found out they were detectives.
what it
Like
was? Is they had a big
everybody.
Yellow Pages ad with their pictures. Coming
There's
soon, a new angel. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Like, wait a minute. Why did Bosley go? I don't even understand why he was there.
well,
He
he was
added
running the
nothing.
fence. It sounds like he was like running the fence with that um Eleanor, whatever, the lady in the sunglasses. So he was theoretically running that end of it. I
So wait a
guess that's
minute
why he
here.
was there.
Is
But he
Charlie the director and he's the man? Like, what's the structure here? Charlie's obviously it's his
right. I think Charlie's in
agency.
charge, although
That was my whole goal.
but he's also he did stuff like when they got the names of the thugs, he was the one who's going to at least look them up or
Charlie
so
was.
he seems a little more involved.
What's Bosley
Um
doing? That's why I don't know what
I
his
think
job
Bosley's
is.
like the guy on the ground, right? Like but I don't again, I've
I
never
don't
seen
know. He
one. Like
doesn't
I don't
look like a soldier of fortune or somebody. He doesn't look athletic at all. I don't understand what he's doing.
I assumed before watching the first Charlie's episode I've really
Yeah,
watched that he would have been back in the offices doing all that stuff.
that's what I would think.
And then Charlie's just the money man who like gives the voiceover at the beginning of
Well,
the episode
because
to tell you what's going on.
I mean, it's Charlie's Angels. You don't see like the cover thing isn't like the three girls and then Bosley in the background. Like there's no
Well, and he's just so David Doyle. Like when the reason
yes
that Bo is
oblivious.
sitting right, Bo is sitting there with the lady who's going to fence the stuff for them,
Mm-hmm.
and this cab pulls up, and it's David Doyle. Like, hey, girls!
Hey,
It's
girls,
just
it's good to
like,
see you.
it's like, and they
Oh,
very
so
easily put
loud.
together that
They're
that's
hugging
the
in the
person.
street.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
so
no
a
like
little more
he doesn't know what
clandestine
undercover
operation.
means.
Well,
Oh,
it's like, listen, if Paul Hollister's a bad dude, and I think Bo Hopkins wanted Bert Convy to kill her when they
yeah,
went diving,
sure. Well,
like
that's why he gave
you're
her the shiny knife.
you're you're putting people in danger.
You really are.
So just be a little more clandestine,
I
Charlie.
just can't
You're
imagine.
so concerned about protecting yourself, but you're not protecting your staff here at all.
He's just,
So.
yeah, unless he's like a specialist. That's the only thing I can think. Like they bring him in
Bosley?
for, I don't know. Like, remember when they brought Harvey Keitel in Pulp Fiction as the cleaner?
Yeah, he's not
Maybe
the
it's
cleaner.
Bosley as
So
the cleaner.
What did Bosley do?
Hey,
All he did,
ladies.
he couldn't even like wrangle a boat for them.
No,
Like,
he was going to overpay by $2, $4 an hour. What?
I don't have that kind of money. I have all these dates later.
Let me bargain with you. I'm like,
You're a stubby
that's a
winner,
pretty sweet
sir. Come
deal.
on,
Come on,
show
I know
some
you got
respect.
$4. Come on. The statue itself's worth more than
Oh
four.
my
Come
god,
on, you could have
exactly. It would
traded
be
that
great
for
if
the
he just
boat.
had it. If he just had it in his bag.
Just pulls out the stubby.
So at some point we get to the point where it comes out that Bert Convy is a good person doing bad things to do better things, and so Cheryl Ladd's kind of feeling away, but there's never really an opportunity for action to be taken because
Something always happens.
yeah, exactly. Like the thugs at one point kidnap him and take him back to DeMargarine, who kind of vaguely threatens him, but that's where we get that great bricker explanation.
Why does he pours him a beer? He's
Yeah,
drinking like a fresh beer, and he's like, again, when I'm
yeah.
ready, you'll get your stuff. I'm like, this guy. That's
Convey
what Paul
feels
Hollister
like
is
well,
just
he is
devil
right
may care.
though. He is right though that he does have the upper hand. Now I understand at some point DeMargin
Yeah,
would have killed him, but it's like it is $5 million that if you kill me, you'll never get back.
Yeah.
Like, so he
And he's
did
like,
have
I don't care.
some,
I'm the DeMarjorie. Blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. Yeah, I get it.
So that goes nowhere, and now we start to get. I feel like Dick Sargent was playing you in this a little bit in terms of like he was starting to question the Angels' methods. So,
He's like, what? You guys aren't even doing anything. What?
well, to be
All you guys
fair,
do is
two of the three Angels were going to the beach like
I
most
was
of the
just gonna
time.
say, all they were like, oh, cool, sweet, we can go back to the beach.
Like, shouldn't it have been? Shouldn't it have been like, okay, Cheryl Ladd's got Bert Convy. Once it's established that those thugs were somebody, shouldn't they just have been on the thugs the whole time?
What's the point of having 3 people if you're
Right.
not going to utilize 3 fucking people? Pardon my
Right.
French, but it was
No, but yeah,
it was ridiculous, and that's
like
what
they
the
would have
Bosley.
known if
When
they
you
would have
brought Bosley
tailed
in to not do, like, nobody's doing anything.
if they would have tailed
Tail the tailors.
right, but then at least they would have been able to know where Bert Convy got taken when they went to DeMarjorin.
No, but they. Well,
So
and then
yeah.
you know, the lipstick X thing. That's a whole nother thing too that we'll get to. It's just a series of fortunate events is all it was. It's just
So once this happens where Convy is taken away, Dick Sargent starts talking about his backup plan, his contingency plan. And so his contingency plan, once they get Bert Convy back, if they ever get him back, is that he's just going to give him $1 million in exchange for the $5 million of gold and bronze.
That's right, Mike. Utilitas ante ESTTGM.
So
Like
this is
Harry
where I
Potter
got,
spell. Yeah.
this is where I got a little confused again, not knowing a lot about Charlie's Angels. Is they're not cops. So
No.
while they make a kind of an attempt to say, "Oh, wait, you should, do this the right way for what you hired us for," they don't really care, right? They're getting their money either way.
Well,
So
he's like, nah. Well,
I'm the
how much he
client.
pay? How much
Don't
do you think
call
he
the
paid
cops.
him? Yeah. How much did he pay him? How much would it
Well, let's
cost to
see.
hire Charlie's Angels?
Well,
To
let's
go
think
get
about
a
it. I mean,
thing?
just the cost, just the
What's
the itemized
$39
bill.
for the cruise?
Well, but that's not $39 to go to the
That's like
from
a
the
$70
Pacific.
cruise. Yeah.
That's like poor Larry Storch would have missed Halloween,
He wouldn't
Christmas.
know.
Like,
I'm missing my family. I should have brought another chicken on the boat.
These chickens are getting sick at the Panama Canal.
Where's it, Tony?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Tony's
but
27 years old by the time they're done with this trip. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like they can't say it, and maybe it's just always part of the plot. I don't know. Like, I mean, I wonder how many Charlie's Angels involve one of the 3 ladies seducing somebody, right?
Imagine if
Because
it's every episode.
well, and maybe it is.
Like,
I
oh,
doubt
geez,
it, but
another prostitution sting this week. Are we getting tired of this?
but it's like
Yeah.
I think you hire Charlie's Angels because you are not trying to arrest Paul Hollister. You are trying to do
Just get your
exactly what
stuff.
right. And so I do think that was a smart hire by Dick Sargent.
Well, I wonder if he just paid all that money to, like, establish contact with him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if he's on the boat, right, and he knows
Right.
what he looks like, and let's say Darren's on the boat, why doesn't he just walk up to him and go, look?
Because he doesn't even because he wants the stuff. I think the ultimate goal
It makes sense to me now.
for Dick Sargent was he wanted to know where the stuff was and make the deal,
Yeah.
to get it back or whatever. And don't forget, spoiler, at the end, he had fake money. So in his
Or he
mind,
had something in that suitcase.
you
Oh,
think
you
it was
think
a
it was
track?
fake money?
I
or
think
you
it was
it's
fake
empty?
money. No, I think it
Or
was
just a
fake money.
ha-ha, or an IOU $1 million.
You know what it was? It was the guy who stole the money. It was all those loose bills.
That's what it was.
It
That's
was
what
Bill
it was.
Converse. It was on I assumed it was fake. I did think the only thing they didn't do was there's no way Paul Hollister doesn't pop that case back open.
He's too savvy for that.
Yeah, I mean he caught the serial numbers being sequential, but he's not going to pop it back open.
Come on, bro.
Because that's why Dick Sargent runs off the boat real quick.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm going to be murdered by
He
this
didn't
guy
even
if I don't
finish
get.
his cheers. He just
He's like, I got to go.
He took one sip of his Midori melon ball and put it right back down. He's like, I gotta go. No more melon ball for me.
So the YouTube clip that we watched had no commercials.
Boy, and the sound was crazy on
The
it. Do you see
sound
the
got
sound
very
dip
weird.
at the
So
end?
yeah, so the sound gets weird when
I'm
the
watching it like I'm
margarines.
watching the Kennedy
I
assassination,
know.
trying to tune in.
The margin is tired of waiting around. There was a point where the guys kind of went after him, and there was a whole car chase, and this is when they kind of end up on the salvage boat, which eventually leads to
Lose
the
them.
deep sea diving, and they lose them. But the margin's like, this is ridiculous. Let's go find the friends. And they get on the boat. Great job stooping with your security. Like, it's so, but,
No problem. No problem at
although I
all.
guess these guys are ticketed, right? So I guess technically
I
they're,
mean,
yeah.
they're
I
all
mean,
armed
DeMargarine's
and
not,
yeah,
but yeah.
DeMargarine's not, but you got
Yeah.
it. But there's no security. It is a free for all.
So Jacqueline Smith and Dick Sargent are still in the room because Bosley and Tiffany went to go check out the
Maybe
something.
to go get her confidence back. So dumb.
And DeMargin and the crew come in, and they kind of threaten Jacqueline Smith into telling them where Bert Convy is. She doesn't really know, but she says she'll take him to you, but you have to promise to let everybody go, Chris at least.
Boy,
And so,
what a
yeah.
guess. Boy, she should play the lottery.
Well, I guess she got the phone call about the boat stuff from Bosley and Tiffany right before that. So, but still, yeah, it was pretty impressive that everybody found each
See,
other.
but yeah, but no,
So,
but Bosley and Tiffany, they saw no because Jacqueline Smith put the X on the thing,
right, but you're saying the
and Bosley and
guess,
Tiffany saw it
right?
after
But if
that.
the guess was wrong, then they're all wrong, right? I mean, I assume she
Well, I'm saying
told
the
them
Jacqueline Smith, but I don't know why Jacqueline Smith would pick that place.
because she put together that
Okay,
she got the phone call about
that
the
abduction of
cap,
that one thing. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And I think she put it together pretty quick. She came off as the person who actually put the stuff
That's true. Because she
together
was
in
like,
this
"That's
episode.
very odd," and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, fair enough. But
her
it's a
and Demar.
ballsy move to just be like, "This is
Oh
where they
yeah,
are."
yeah. Her and the Margarine Man had a real like powerful scene where they're going back and forth. And I wish I had written it down, but it was something like he's like, you know what I like about you, Kelly? When the chips are on the table and your back's against the wall, you are a straight shooter or something like that. So
Like what? And again, she had a tiny little gun.
yeah, very
They had the
tiny, like
tiniest
she
little
was
guns.
Mae West or something. Like she
Just pew
was.
pew pew pew. Yeah,
But so they're off now to
they're
chase
off.
Bert Convy and Bo
So now you have
Hopkins,
2 boats off now.
right? And then, like we said, Bosley and Tiffany bought the
$2.
Millennium Passage on the Millennium Falcon. So 3 boats are in the water. 2 of them are chasing the Bert Convy salvage boat, which is going to salvage the actual
Mm-hmm.
treasure that he had dumped way back a couple weeks ago, not what we saw at the beginning of the episode. And this is where I think Bo wants him to kill
Yeah,
Cheryl Ladd.
he
So
goes. She. It's so funny too because he asked her, "Have you ever scubaed?" She's like, "Oh, just maybe once or twice," and she's putting on her air thing, checking her regulator like she's a
yeah,
dive instructor.
yeah, yeah.
Everything's good. Okay, good. And I'm going off. I'm like,
Like
wait a minute, wait a
like
minute, wait a minute.
I haven't used one of those things in a long time, and I remembered this thing.
Yeah, remember
That
that
was
thing?
about it. And she's doing like 10 of the things.
It's like
So
checking pressure and doing this. Like
yeah,
what?
yeah. She's got her own tank. Like it's like when you show up at your own bowling ball or something.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. Well, yeah. So she gets in the water, or she gets in the water, which I thought was weird. Why didn't they get in the water at the same time? But she gets in the water, and then our boy Bo is like straight up hands hands Paul the shiniest knife I've ever seen. So God only
Yeah.
knows what's going to happen underwater in the depths. So what they go down,
How hard is it to stab somebody underwater though?
that's got to be hard to do.
Wouldn't you? Do you think he
We
was
got
going
to
to cut
catch him.
Do you think he was going to cut the air tank?
Well, at first I was like, oh, do they is there a line? Like, no, she had a back thing on.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a cut. I could see if it was one of those sea helmet things. You just cut the thing. And I'm like, oh no, maybe he's about to stab her, which makes sense. And before we get to the stabbing or the attempted stabbing, I just want to say they swam forever.
Yeah, it was a long scene.
Why is it
But it's just like
so
on the
far
rewatch,
away?
I
Like,
buzzed. On the rewatch, I buzzed through that one. I
I
was like,
was
I
like,
can pick
what
up
are we
5 minutes
doing?
here.
I feel like I was on a Jacques Cousteau documentary. I'm like, all right, he hooks some balloon up, and as soon as he hooks the balloon up to raise it, out out comes the knife, and he's swimming at her like this,
Do
and
you
I'm
think?
dying because I'm like, number one, that's just not very. You're not going to go very fast, right? Like,
No.
it just killed me. So dumb.
Well, and the thing is
It,
too, like really,
it's
really,
about showing your cards.
if you're going to kill her, just kill her on the boat and
It should
throw
have
her
already
overboard.
happened. Yeah.
Right. It was.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think his
anybody
heart. I don't
dies
think
on
his
these
heart was
shows.
in it. Well, that was
You
my
know,
other question too. Does
nobody
anybody
dies on
actually
this.
die? Yeah.
Well, and that's why I thought about A Team because no one ever
Right.
died on the A Team because things
Yeah.
would flip.
Because they were like 40. There were like 400 shots taken in
I
that
was
boat
thinking that too.
scene. So,
The only thing that got damaged was a flag. You know, and it just
well,
pew 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 pew. I'm like, these
and
people are the worst.
they didn't highlight it, but I'm pretty sure DeMargin got hit in the spine, which is why he's in a wheelchair when we saw him in a few weeks. So.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I see. So they're on the boat, and the other people come, and then the rental boat gets there. There's so many shots which I thought Bo Hopkins was not messing around. That dude pulled out an
Oh
M16.
my god, he was
I
like,
was
"Hold
like,
on."
oh,
He's like, let me get this from the place I got this knife. Hold on, it's like
no
murder
kidding.
bag.
I was like, well, dude, Bo Hopkins is about to take out everybody, and he could have too. Something
They were selling. Well, I think it's
they
like
were
the
pirates
gun was
basically,
wet or something like that. But yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
no,
nobody got shot except for the guy in the spine. You know, it just it was this action scene that there were a lot of things looked like they were happening, but not a lot was really happening.
like we didn't even get like a comical thing where Dick Sargent falls in the water trying to get away or something
No,
like that from just gunshots. Like so,
no
everyone was
involvement,
very
and
smarmy in this. Like
yeah,
almost everyone had like a double life. So
everybody was lying in this one.
it
Everyone
really
had like
was.
"come
Yeah.
with me" kind of energy. Yeah, it was very. I mean, to your point, I mean, they did deliver the goods.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ultimately, the
ultimately, the
plan
guy
worked. If you
got.
want to say it was a Star Wars plan, that's fair. But
It
I
cost
do
that guy a
think,
lot of money.
yeah.
I mean,
So,
a ton of
so do
money.
they? So does the Margarine Man's crew get arrested for
By
anything?
who?
Right. So,
No,
like,
they're probably still after him.
right.
Like, why would they stop? And why
Right,
would they
and they're
stop
still
now?
there. Like, why, when see, that would have been a twist, as they're pulling away and they're waving goodbye, and then all of a sudden you just see poor Bert Convy gets killed by the
Just taken
Margarine
out the
Man.
boat. The
Like,
boat explodes. Yeah, they didn't wrap up anything as far as like Bert Convy. I mean, Paul Hollister better look over his shoulder.
I
Same
assume he's
with Bo
always looking over
Hopkins.
his shoulder.
Well, it's true. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yeah,
Bo's always ready.
yeah.
I
I mean,
love some
Bo
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 Hopkins,
popped
dude.
into that first fight pretty quick. He
Well,
knew,
he doesn't
Mm.
mess around. He's got your
and
back
and
always.
he's you want a friend that will give you a shiny knife to kill the girl you're in love with.
And twist it so that yes, no one dies, no one really gets injured.
No, I guess the
Uh
only injury was to Chris Monroe's heart because
well, she doesn't like saying goodbye.
no, Convy's like, all right, see ya.
Bye.
Almost gave her a Mike Mike Dexter goodbye.
No
So,
kidding. See ya. Just
um, the only thing was so Sergeant does the $1 million thing,
yeah.
but he was gonna give him something, whether it was a gag briefcase
That's not
or
the
fake
move of an
money.
insurance guy. Was he really an insurance guy? Because that seems awfully shady to do
I
that.
think anybody whose client, quote unquote, wants to keep it out of the news has been uh like told that he can go to whatever means are necessary. So I don't know if that speaks of Eastern Insurance or of him himself or of the Wellington
Mm,
Group, all of which
well,
are
yeah.
possibilities.
Unless he
So
worked for margarine's rival, Honey Butter.
oh.
Then
Country crock.
Country crock. Just all these cranberry muffins that work for him. Yeah. Uh, what was it? It was statues, right? They never
It
showed
was
I wanted to see the damn statues.
well, okay. So when Dick Sargent, when the girls get on the boat and he's kind of giving them the itinerary and everything, he
Yeah.
says he has the catalog of all the merchandise, which
Right.
I guess theoretically would have been necessary if they were trying to track it down. Like this really worked out well for them in that
It couldn't have
it
worked out
was
better.
it was in a place they ended up at. Like theoretically, if he had stashed this back in
In like,
LA
right.
and they left LA, like this would have been an interesting. They would have had to go all the way back around. So and
But
probably would
here's
end up
this
in Vancouver.
I didn't even dawn on me. As soon as you saw those guys in that cruise, why didn't he abandon what he was doing there with the stuff and just go, wait, let me just wait then. Let me hold off and wait. Because he kept talking about waiting and waiting and waiting and
Because
waiting.
the cruise was on, but he
Oh, he
didn't see
was
him until the
about
cruise
to.
was on sale.
So let me ask you. So he was going to give that to Margarine, right? That was part of the plan. He
The
was going to
real
raise
plan
it.
or
His real
what?
plan. Paul
His
Hollister's
real
real plan.
Paul Hollister's real plan was he's going to go to the
Caribbean
Caribbean,
via ship,
pull
sure.
pull up the real artifacts,
Get the 5 mil.
get the 3 million
Three
from the
million, sorry.
fencer, and then go back to LA, take the fake stuff that he had hidden, and take that then
Okay. Okay.
back to DeMargarine. So he was going to go back to DeMargarine
He was
a
going to
second
get eight
time.
million, but five of it's going to be for something that's not even real.
Right.
Oh, talk about
Exactly.
burning a bridge, Paul Hollister.
Well, that's why he's persona non grata in Saigon.
Maybe he did the same thing to whoever the margarine was over there in the Far East, as they
Oh
call it.
yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, his girlfriend and Bo Hopkins' wife got killed, so I understand why he's like not fucking
Well,
around with these people. Like,
I
I mean, like, so.
I heard Ice Pick from Magnum PI is no fan of Paul Hollister. Yeah,
It was great. It
I
was
didn't honestly.
I thought it was great. I really
Oh,
thought it was great. I
it was
enjoyed
great
watching
in the
this so
sense of
much.
like, I don't get me wrong. I love things like this. It was just the fact that they used the Love Boat title
Yeah.
again just kind of bugged me. And again, it's because I have certain loyalties after we're in the midst of this project. You
It
know,
would have
I
been
have a
neat if there
certain
was a little more Love Boat.
yes.
Because I will say this,
Take Julie hostage. Do
we,
something.
we are going to make much more thin connections between what we're watching and Love Boat, right?
Yes.
And so this one felt like, oh, this is
We had
easy. And
to.
it is.
Absolutely.
This is we
It's a
had to
done.
do this.
Yeah.
This is easy.
Yeah.
But it was about as minimalist as I expected it to be. I really thought they couldn't even get through the whole first episode. I figured it was like one of those they'll be on the first episode when they get off the boat, that'll be the end of it. But and then maybe they'd be back on at the end. But
Well, it's
yeah,
just the actions of of our beloved cast had nothing to do with this episode at all.
no, it really did. Not even the captain's
Nothing.
table. The only thing the captain's table did was get Paul Hollister
To sit
involved, but
down,
he was already
he
hitting
was
on her.
already. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
already. Yeah, it was a stretch, and I do wonder if it was just an attempt to
Well, so
get
do
a
you
quick
think
ratings
so?
grab because
Well,
what's her
here's the
name's
thing.
gone.
Well, here's the thing. So originally I was like, oh, is this giving shine to the Love Boat? I think it was giving shine to Charlie's Angels.
It was. I think Charlie's Angels was taking the shine.
So
You know.
this episode was the highest rated show of that week on
Yeah.
television. It was the last time Charlie's Angels ever reached that.
Well, I mean,
And
14
so
million people can't be wrong on a Saturday
and
night.
well, and so I do wonder, you know, when we get to at some point this season, we'll pull the ratings for this season. I do wonder where Charlie's Angels actually is, and
Especially
this,
now.
well, yeah, and that's the thing where like if they did replace Shelley Hack, is that more of a reaction to poor ratings and that kind of
Well,
stuff? So
like you say, if it was a big jump for them for this week, they, to me, right? I think they had to think of something for that season premiere. Like if the season 3 finale for them was a clip show,
Yeah.
Post
That is
Kate
crawling to the
Jackson,
finish. Yeah.
you're going to have to do something here to get people in. And I can already see the promo. You know, you can see it tying in. You have it during Love
Tonight,
Boat. You have
Charlie's
it,
Angels set sail with the crew of the Love Boat, and Bert Convy is a
but the problem
criminal with a
is,
heart of gold.
you have your Love Boat fans that watch this and go, number one, that what? And then number two, that second half, like, no. So I would love to see the bounce, not up, but bounce down in the weeks to come to
Well, I kind of
see
want to find the next episode of Charlie's Angels. I'm just curious. Now I'm just curious.
what it was.
Just to watch it. I'm just curious to see
Oh,
what a normal Charlie's Angels show is. They really
well,
hooked me with that. And the problem is I don't think I
I
like
didn't mind it.
Charlie's Angels. I
I
think I
didn't mind
like
it.
Bert Convy, Bo Hopkins on Charlie's Angels.
Well,
So and my guess is every week is not that level. So
well, I don't know. Next week on Charlie's Angels, Angels go trucking. Chris
the
and
Lady
Tiffany,
Truckers.
they could be lady truckers. I wonder if Sheriff, what's his? Chris and Tiffany go to trucking school to investigate an all-female trucking line whose cargo has been stolen under their very noses.
Oh no.
Kelly goes undercover as a waitress.
Sassy waitress.
It's just waitress, just regular old.
So
Um,
if that thing hooks into the BJ and the Bear with the 7 lady truckers.
well, there's a character named Mother Trucker.
Oh,
Lucille Meredith
wow.
plays Mother Trucker.
That's
So
actually pretty risque for the time.
I did think when I was watching this, I felt the same way you did. I was like, I don't know, I kind of want to see what an interesting way to be introduced to this show. And if in a season
Yeah.
4 premiere with a new cast member, like you want to talk about awkward, like Bambi on ice sort of footing. Maybe they just thought this would be a home run. It's a new way to introduce a character. Smooth sailing. What could go wrong from here?
Yeah, I do wonder if it really how it went wrong, I guess. But again, like I said, I think she got more awkward from the beginning to the end of the
Yeah,
episode. Like if they had
yeah.
flipped it where she was uncomfortable, it was
It would have made sense. It would have made so
yeah,
much sense. Yeah, it
it
was
was just
odd.
it was odd.
I wonder if that was the jump the shark sort of thing for them. Is this Angel, like it kind of got
Well, it's
weird.
hard to. I mean, to me, Cheryl Ladd's really good, so I don't know that I
Cheryl
consider
Ladd's
her,
great.
even though
Yeah,
she's a replacement. It's like
right.
obviously she's really good, but it's like
I thought she was great.
once you start going to the fifth person, and then it's like you're starting to get into like Joe Besser.
It's
So
just well, then it's almost like that year the Duke boys were on strike,
when it
and you
was
had like cousin Tyler,
Van and
Van Duke, and like
Bowen. No, well, who was it? It was something Van, right? It was yeah. So
Van and Teddy or something. It was just
yeah,
ridiculous. Like you just can't.
yeah.
Enough's
It's
enough. Unless you make a joke out of it, and that would be great.
right. Well, and
Somehow
I guess,
work it in.
and that's why I almost want to watch like the last episode, but I guess we'll also be able to see how she is when she comes on. I think it's like episode 20 or
I don't
something.
know. I kind of want to see
Um,
the first episode now.
well, I mean, that's just such a different show with
You
Farrah
know,
Fawcett, I would imagine,
exactly.
right?
Just
So,
to,
yeah.
I'm surprised that didn't kill the show when she left.
I mean, good for them that they got through 5 seasons, but they obviously, I don't think were the juggernaut.
No, no,
Um,
no. I can't. I bet you their ratings had to be so much better. Yeah, that's amazing.
it's an interesting show too because it's like it's got a lot of the same tenets as the Love Boat,
Hmm.
but it's like all those crime shows, right? Where it's like guest star of the week and all that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But you get so much run out of the top person that I imagine if your top person, your top guest star isn't great, it's almost like we always talk about with the crew where there's crew heavy episodes. Like I wonder if there's crew heavy episodes for them too
It
that
has
are,
to be.
so.
Has to be. It was interesting. It was interesting. I
Can
mean,
you
it.
imagine if you're somebody who watched both this show and then the 2-part Alaska show? What an amazing week of television you got in
That's
early
4
September.
hours of just joy.
Yeah, I mean, as we've now gone through, 8 and soon to be 9 episodes of The Love Boat, and nothing's come close to that for us
Hmm.
this season. And then this thing is great. I hope their episode 2 isn't as bad. So, but
We'll see. Yeah, it did spark my interest, I will say, seeing
Yeah.
this.
I might try and see if there's a podcast for Charlie's Angels. If anybody knows of a Charlie's Angels podcast that is
Yeah, please.
good, nothing like something like ours. Like we don't want
Yeah, we don't
something
want the
that has
audio clip, that
yeah, I don't want a
nonsense.
16-minute
We don't want
Charlie's
that
Angels
guy.
podcast.
No.
I mean, we're going an hour
I
here, and
mean,
we're not trying to go long.
no, we
So.
just drop it into this universe. Just yeah, I could see digging into this, to be honest with you.
Shout out to Judy Landers, who shows up as the cleaning lady. They try to do a little misdirection at the beginning. Now, Judy Landers and David Doyle were both on the Stubby winning season 2 best episode, even though they did not cross paths. So,
And Judy Landers was also on that A-Team episode about a cruise ship we watched this
really?
morning.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah. You know,
And
they
she's from
always have like
Philadelphia, I believe, if I remember correctly.
some woman in trouble.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, she was the woman in trouble on this episode.
Well, it was funny when she rolled in. I was like, I know she's not
Like, there's no
Shelly.
way.
I know she's not the cop.
Yeah.
But I was like, really? They got her to come on for one thing, and then Love Boat had Judy Landers on, as a portal person. Like
Yeah.
that was weird.
It's
So
funny. It's
yeah.
funny. Yeah, I thought this was an interesting exercise. Um, again, not a fan of what they did. I not to say they didn't besmirch the name of the Love Boat in any way. I just felt they kind of
No.
took more than they gave.
I know you
You know?
didn't see it, and I don't know that this is a popular thought or not, but Abbott Elementary did a crossover with Always Sunny last season, and I honestly think it was the worst episode of Abbott Elementary last season.
You know, I've never
And
seen that show.
I know you had said that, and it, I don't know who to blame, and it was fine, but it was just that thing where the people who, no, they were in it the whole episode. Now it's different for a half hour than 2 hours and all that stuff, but it was like, it was true to the characters, but it was almost like somebody had seen 2 episodes and then tried
It's
to
too
write.
much, man. It's too.
So
I'm a big fan of. Yeah.
there are versions of where you go too far and kind of aren't true to it. They didn't do anything to offend the Love Boat lineage here by any means, but
I'd
it was
almost
less than I expected.
I'd almost rather in these crossovers, like I don't need the entire cast to cross over, but maybe one person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that is like if Julie was like got kidnapped in the process of this.
You're
like,
always
I'd be
getting
down for
Julie
that.
kidnapped. Poor Julie.
Well, I'm just saying, like somebody of an an important role in the. I do kind of go to Julie getting kidnapped.
Poor Julie.
Yeah. Poor Julie.
She would have been all over Paul Hollister.
Oh no,
On a
I think
different
he's a
trip.
little young for her.
That's good. That's a good point. He's a little too together too. He might
Yeah,
be a
she
little too
would've-
together.
she
She would have
would've
gone
loved
for
the
the margarine, man.
Absolutely.
I love your bric-a-brac.
I love all your power and all your margarine.
Do you think we'll get? I don't think we'll get another crossover like this. I can't imagine.
No,
like with
no.
everybody.
I mean, unless it's
Fantasy Island, yeah,
That's the only one that makes sense to me. Anything else would be a tremendous stretch. Like they'd really have to. It's got to happen on Fantasy Island.
Yeah. Anybody who's listening and comes across anything like this, obviously let us know. We'll keep an eye out for this stuff. But I would imagine this is the biggest crossover we'll get just for the practicality of it. Although I guess to your point about the A-Team, it's pretty easy to go on the boat, right? Even if you just have one person. So
just have one person.
Yeah.
Well, and the only thing with this is I don't like the Love Boat franchise at this point. I think for ABC is so big that you can provide some shine to other shows by doing like something like this.
Oh, it'd be great if it was like a really crappy show that they do it for.
Right. They're not gonna like. But also, I could see if there was a crossover for Fantasy Island, I think you'd have the Love Boat people on Fantasy Island. I don't think you'd have the Fantasy Island people on Love Boat.
Well, that'd be weird.
Because I think again, it's sort of it wouldn't make sense. It would be sort of Love Boat doesn't need help.
Well, the other
Fantasy Island, but a Bricker episode of Fantasy Island,
right?
Come on.
But the other thing is, at some point, the worm turns. And it's the Love Boat that needs help, right? Yeah. And then I wonder what happens there. So now, obviously, their show is built on stunt casting.
Yeah, maybe they appear on like Three's a Crowd. It's one of those new Aftermash.
I forgot. I think sometimes I forget that. Like, I think Three's a Crowd will exist in the same timeline as this show, which is
I saw it.
crazy.
I remember watching as
I
a kid.
remember. Hey, Stubby nominee Robert Marsden's in that
That's
thing.
right. That's right.
So, and Stubby nominee John Ritter.
That's right.
We just need the wife. So
That's it. I don't remember who she was. I don't remember the name, but
Vicky,
I just
right?
know it. The Regal Beagle was in there a lot. A lot
Yeah,
of Regal
but
Beagle.
somehow Larry Dallas wasn't.
Yeah, it was weird. That
Yeah,
was weird. Yeah, interesting. Like I
yeah.
always say, Mike, utilitas ante
I
istu
wish
something.
I wish we named these things because that would be an easy title.
Yeah,
Um,
piece of cake.
we only have one kind of gimmick segment here on these things, but would you recommend people watch this, search this out?
100%.
Yeah,
100.
I agree.
When I say is, if we're talking to our audience of people that are watching the Love Boat with us, 1,000%.
Yeah, yeah. It's neat for the Love Boat, although like we said, it doesn't do a lot. But
Mm-mm.
as far as like late '70s television, it is outstanding. And I said this to our friend Dan, who loves garbage television as much as the rest of us. I said I do not understand how Bert Convy did not become the biggest star in the world because he is so good in this
He's so good. His
and
timing.
so effortless and I am, like I said, I am really excited to see him in other stuff.
I'm excited to
And
see him the next 6 times on the boat to see,
yeah,
is this guy just going to be just like the belt, like Kenny Omega, the belt collector? He's going to have so many stubbies. It's
I
going to be
also
great.
wonder, I also wonder if he's, I think he's in the last episode, just like everybody else
Oh,
is too.
everybody's
But
in
I
it.
wonder if
Everyone's
he's
in it.
like a big part. You gotta give him a big bite
He's
of
going
the
to be
apple there.
awesome. I wonder if he's going to play Paul Hollister. It'd be
Paul
great. I'd
Auster,
love
that'd
to
be
get some
great.
continuity.
The the difference between this and the first bonus boat that we did
Oh,
in terms of quality is
dude.
staggering.
You can even just
So
the film it was done on was just
yeah,
better. Yeah, there's no.
yeah,
You know what's funny? This is you could tell that this was an ABC show in to me I could in the way at which it was presented.
yeah. ABC is really first class at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
And I guess so far the only thing that's been consistent with the bonus boats is helicopters. So
Expensive helicopter
that
shots.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what will be our next episode of the bonus boat? I do not know,
Never know.
but we can pop up at any time. Our next episode proper of the Love Boat will be episode 60, which is a two-parter. There's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah,
It's just
the work has begun on that episode.
yeah.
That is
There's a lot of there's a lot of
there's a
stuff
lot going
happening.
on in that episode.
Quality to be determined, but there's a
That's
lot of
all.
stuff, including the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. And man, if you like acting,
Well,
this is
put
an
your
episode
seatbelt
for
on.
you.
Yeah, the project continues. We're just plugging right along. I can't
Yeah.
believe we're at episode 60 next time.
Yeah. So that one will be out at our normally scheduled date. I believe that's September 7th or 8th, whatever that Monday, the 8th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Monday
And
after
then,
Labor Day. Yep.
but we want to thank everybody for listening to this bonus boat. And like I said, if there's anything that you want us to take a look at, whether it's something that is kind of related or very related, we kind of assume that we will be doing stuff where one of the crew members stars in something else, even if they're not the characters.
Oh yeah.
We'll probably try to find at least one for all those folks. We've definitely got a couple in the bag that we're excited about, but bonus boats are for for the fans.
For
So
the fans. Yeah.
plus it's a great excuse to see stuff. Like I'm really excited that I saw this. Like I'm
I was
glad that I
too.
saw Charlie's Angels.
You know
So
what's funny? I think I had a American Girl hangover. So
yeah.
at first I was like, and then I started watching it and I was like, oh, it's okay.
Well,
It's
especially when
okay.
they
We
have
can
a
watch this.
17-minute
Well,
helicopter crime to
I
start with like
know.
no words.
My
Like
favorite thing I have two favorite things are Latin phrases and extended helicopter
yeah.
action shots. So
Yeah, the
I
only thing you
was,
needed was somebody wearing a top bottom pajama up there. And it would have
oh,
been
stop it. Would have
also
been
shout
amazing.
out to the weirdest placement of the captain's table this week. It was just like
It was a weird corner
yeah,
area.
like
Like the
like
captain was behind a ledge. It was a
this
weird,
table on wheels. Like
and it looked like it was like a cheap table. Like the floors looked linoleum. I don't know if there was renovations on the Princess. I don't know what's going on,
how
but
many how do I know where I'm having dinner tonight? When you eat with the captain, you eat at the captain's table. It's like, all right, Julie,
All
calm
right,
down.
great. 8 bells. Yeah, I got your 8 bells right here.
Yeah.
Stupid. Tell me what. Oh, and not gonna, 8 bells does not mean 8 o'clock, by the way.
What?
Yeah, it does not mean 8 o'clock. It's like every hour split into four equal parts, and if you count the it's
So
not.
were they
It's
late?
I, probably eight
I,
bells. It does not mean 8 o'clock. 10 bells is not 10 o'clock. It's a whole thing.
I meant to double check, but I think he gave full salute. I don't think he gave a two finger.
You know what? I just assume it's a two finger.
Yeah.
I just assume he doesn't. I don't know if the rest of his hand is paralyzed or he just does a.
I liked your theory that it was going to be two fingers for season 2, three for season 3.
Wait for 9. He's. All right.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for everybody for listening. We'll be back with our regularly scheduled episode 60 here in a few days. But until then, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.